Kia ora whānau, ko Rōpata Pāora tēnei. Hey, this is going out to all the students, well, past, present, and probably future students that myself and Robbie have been involved with, Wānarua this year being 2016. So if you're not a student within those classes and you see this video, some of this stuff may not make sense, but hopefully it does. What I'm introducing to you here just briefly is the first video in a series of videos about a methodology that I created called Tkina Te Kupu. The proverb that's associated with this particular methodology is Tākina Te Kupu, recite the word, Tākina Te Kianga, recite the phrase, Tākina Te Kōrero, and recite the passage. So it's about word building initially, Tākina, and reciting those words, but not words as such. What I'm talking about are the words that frame the phrases within Te Reo Māori. So there's some of them aren't words, they're actually just particles and articles, but what they do is sit at the head and the tail of a phrase, and then the base words, or the action words, or the names of the words sit in the middle. They pigeonhole, which forms a phrase. So that's Tākina Te Kianga, Kianga being phrase. And then once you know those phrase formulas, what you do is just cut and paste and stick them together. And then you have passages, so you can recite the passages, Tākina Te Kōrero, which is the passage or the sentence. Within this particular methodology, what you'll see here, I know you don't see it very clearly, but if you're a student of mine you will, because you'll have handouts and associated material as you have Tākina Te Kupu's cycle of learning. So what this deals with are the base building blocks of the language, not just the blocks, but things that will give you a more rounded pathway of learning, right? Okay, so right from the middle you have yourself and your relationships within your family dynamics, yourself, your parents, your grandparents, and then that actually builds out in levels within the 4 levels. So there's 4 levels within this methodology. We're looking at level 1 right here. And within that cycle of learning you have the phonetics, the sounds of Te Reo Māori. You have counting, a tohu tato, a symbol of counting. You have time, things relating to time. You have things relating to instructions, he tohu tohu. You have things relating to nouns, noun phrases, naming phrases. You have things relating to verb phrases, action and state phrases. You have what joins all of those phrases, he tohu tūhoto. You have the pātai, or the questions that sit actually for every statement you have in a language. What that is a statement is it's responding to a question, like interrogation. So these are called interrogatives. You know what I'm talking about: who, what, which, why, how many. There's only 9, 10, 11 of those. Then within Te Ao Māori you have the process of a pōhiri, both from a wahine perspective, what happens in a karanga when you're coming onto a marae, how that's responded to by the visitors, and then within the mihi or the whai kōrero. So there's specific stages and the way that process takes place. You also have language within the workplace, whether it be in school or at your work or home. The language that surrounds you every day, pretty much your environment, the environment that you are surrounded by. So there's a whole language just within that. You have language that is formal language, and language that displays te kupu, poetic language, things like that. And that's a whole different type of language. So we use idioms like kiwaha and whakatauki, proverbs to depict certain situations. And then of course we have a symbol for giving thanks, for acknowledging other things, spiritual things, things beyond the physical realm, such as karakia, prayer, taku, various types of ways we give thanks and acknowledge certain things within the environment and beyond the physical realm, I should say, although I just mentioned it. So within this cycle of learning you have 13 phases. That's what Tākina is about. It's about reciting the word, as I said, words that words or articles and particles that frame the phrases, then reciting those phrases, because there's only so many types of phrases, there's actually not too many, and then joining those together and reciting the passages once you've learned how to join the phrases. That's pretty much Tākina in a nutshell. And as you look through the rest of the series of the videos, right from the start of this particular tohu, sign, he tohu ororeo, that's a sign about the sounds of the language, and we'll just rotate around that particular system through a series of videos that follow. So I hope that helps just as an introduction. As I said again, for those of you who don't know me, my name's Rōpata Pāora, and I'm pretty much from the north of Aotearoa, Tai Tokerau, here in Aotearoa, New Zealand. Ngā mihi kia koutou, tēnā koutou.